In this video, I'm going to design a plaque, set up the toolpaths, and run the cut. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. So whenever I start one of these files, I always try and get a save in, just so that the autosave feature has something to work on. I make a box which will represent the piece of wood. Then I extrude the box so that the piece of wood has depth. And then I add a layer of text on top of the box. I adjust some properties of the text so that it looks good on the piece of wood. And next I just add a border to add some detail to the side. Once the sketch is finished, you complete it, and then I select the items that I want to recess, and I do an extruding cut. Save the file, and it's ready, and you're ready to switch over to manufacture view. We first start by setting up our CAM project. Within the CAM setup, we select our machine. I'm assuming the import from Mr. Tucker has been installed already. After that, we set the origin. A lot of different options. I usually just select it. With those settings out of the way, we can define our stock. Stock defined and the model set within it, we can then, on the last tab, set up the name that we will be using for the files that we export. And here I'm correcting an issue with my stock setup where I made it a little too big for the machine. Just bump that down to 400 and hit OK. Now that we have our machine and stock set up, we can start defining our tool paths. Now to do that, we actually need to define our tools. I actually measured my individual tools or used the manufacturer's specification sheet to create my local tools. Make sure your settings are same, and it's onto the geometry tab. Now here we select the contours that we're going to be carving out, and it's a lot easier to do this from the top view as opposed to an isometric view, mainly because of the issue that you're seeing here where you end up inadvertently selecting the wrong item. There's an option in the configuration for the tool path that allows you to carve these out in the order that they were selected. So I swap out the border so that it gets carved out last because I'm more interested in getting the letters done. I'm doing this all in one pass, so I'm deselecting rest machining. After the geometry, we select the heights, and when you're using a 2D tool, the height is actually very important because that determines how deep into the actual wood you're cutting. Now we click over to the Passes tab, and now this is kind of where my knowledge starts to get a little dicey. I should probably be using a wider bit for the 2D adaptive clearing, but as you'll see, the tool path that the machine generates just doesn't seem very optimal to me, and I'm attributing it to just my inexperience. But if you know any better, please comment what I could be doing differently, other than just using a wider bit, because I think I need to. I already know I need to do that.
What?